Welcome back to the second take. For those that don't know, the second take is when we look back at the week that was. I'm going to do a little something different this week. Oh, for those that don't know, I am Eddie Reese, the host. Today we're going to do it in a top 10-ish format. Basically, rather than me just talk about the 3 to 4 news stories that stand out to me over the last 7 days, I'm kind of just going to compact in like a top 10 news. Just kind of hit the headlines. I'll let you guys decide and discuss, and we can continue that down in the comments down below. So news 10, we have the surfacing of Chris Farley, the Shrek test audio. For those that don't know, Shrek, when it came out with Mike Myers doing the voice of Shrek, was originally supposed to be Chris Farley. Blew up on SNL back in the 90s. Hell of a big star and one that was continually rising, but then he ended up ODing. Guy had some demons and sadly passed. But he was a unique quality in the fact that he just had crazy energy regardless of his size. The guy would just jump around, kind of like how you see Melissa McCartney doing that now, but times 10.
Leave my parents out of this!
Breakthrough! Let's go with that. Let's explore family origin. Were you hugged as a child, Shrek?
All right. I want a home. And someone to share it with.
It's really interesting to hear it. Number 9. There's going to be a Pez movie. Pez? Yeah, Pez. That candy, the sweets, the little plastic with their floppy heads, and movie. I already spoke 2 weeks ago about the emoji movie that they're making. Now there's a Pez movie. Yep. Number 8. Fox have recently announced that they're in negotiations with Marvel to produce a X-Men themed TV show. Now, this doesn't mean that they're starting to do what Sony did and letting Marvel use those properties in the MCU. This is going to be a separate universe in Fox's MCU. Oh, not MCU. In Fox's universe of Marvel, their little corner of it. But could still be fun. I think X-Men is probably best served in a TV format because of how big that universe is and how many characters they have. It'd be real cool to see what sort of things they can come up with, and because it won't be on like channels like ABC, hopefully. Maybe we could get something with a little bit more teeth than what we get with, you know, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which has improved over the time. But maybe, hopefully, it'll be a little closer in the direction of what Netflix Marvel shows have been doing. Probably not as mature, but you know, never know. So I have hopes for this. So hopefully, the negotiations go good. Marvel lets them do it, and they come out with some good shit. So we could be seeing in about 2-3 years X-Men on TV. Or some format of X-Men. It may just be like New Mutants or X-Factor or X-Force, but something within the X universe. Looking forward to that shit. Number 7. Sad news. Utopia, UK show, Channel 4. Much loved, critically acclaimed. Was picked up by David Fincher and his production team, and now we're gonna make a show for HBO, starring Rooney Mara, who's in his version of Girl with Dragon Tattoo. It's dead, apparently. HBO have decided, nope, we ain't doing it no more. That's a damn shame. I was really interested to see what you could do with that. Not to say that necessarily the show is dead. You may just slide it over to a different network, different channel. Could be a Showtime thing. Hopefully it will find new life. So I'm really interested. I love David Fincher. Anything he does I'm interested in. And I love Rooney Mara. Big Rooney Mara fan. So fingers crossed that it ain't the end of that. Still need to revisit the UK show, but from what I've seen of it, it's pretty freaking cool. So it'd be nice to see if his version of it and his vision of it can still come to life. Please, somebody pick that shit up. It's Fincher, it's the legend. Number 6. I don't know how much of this I should get into, but teams from the Captain America Civil War supposedly revealed. Do you want to know? Do you want to be spoiled? Okay, so for Team Captain America, we have Steve Rogers, obviously. We've got the Falcon, no big surprise. We have Bucky Barnes, so that kind of reveals that they catch up to him pretty quickly in their pursuit of him, and that he joins their side. With Bucky Barnes, for those that know, was the Winter Soldier. So yeah, there's that. Hawkeye, not that much of a surprise. Scarlet Witch, bit more of a surprise. Actually no, because it makes sense you wouldn't really want to side with Iron Man, considering what happened when they were kids. Remember the whole thing of the Stark Industries bomb killing their parents. And Ant-Man is the last addition to Team Captain America, which should be a nice little dynamic to see there. And on Team Iron Man, we have War Machine, no surprise. We have the Vision, interesting considering eventual coupling of Scarlet Witch and Vision. We have Black Widow, bit more of a surprise. You thought that she had a bit of a bond going with Cap, and with her boy Hawkeye being on that side, you'd be a bit of a surprise that she decided to choose with Iron Man. And that's it. Oh, supposedly Spider-Man. Supposedly he sides, at least to begin with Iron Man. And as far as Black Panther goes, he is neutral, but does get involved in some action sequence at some point for some reason. I just really don't know how they're going to squeeze everything into this movie. There's so many factors here, so many moving pieces, so many characters. I'm a little worried, to be honest. I have become a little worried. Hopefully they can pull it off. But so many. So many. 5. We have news that Bad Boys, What You Gonna Do is coming back. Not only is there going to be the completion of the trilogy for Bad Boys Part 3, but there's also going to be a Part 4 coming immediately the year after. So I think that's I think it's the end of 2016 and 2017. Maybe I ain't. Should look it up. But it's happening, so that's all that matters. And yes, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence are the leads once again. They're the stars. And supposedly early talks are saying that Michael Bay won't be involved in it because he has his deal going with Paramount with Transformers. He's stuck over there. So this is its own thing, which I'm not mad about. I'm okay with, because what really makes the Bad Boys films is that chemistry between Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Those two together, you know, replace one and it would fall apart. Bad Boys 3 and 4 going into development. Oh, fun times, people, fun times. Number 4, Bill Murray is confirmed to have an appearance, a cameo it may be, but in the new Ghostbusters film, which makes me instantly more interested to see what this film's going to end up being. You know, I'm pretty ambivalent to it. This new Ghostbusters reboot by Paul Feig, something like that. The guy who did Spy and Bridesmaids. This is the all-female cast Ghostbusters. And I was pretty ambivalent to it. I wasn't hating on it because I like the talent that's involved. But, you know, it's a beloved franchise for me. I loved Ghostbusters as a kid. So I'm not really that interested to see a new version of it. You know, I've got my one, I'm happy with whatever, this can go on and do its thing. But having Bill Murray pop up in it makes me curious to see how that would fit in. So it's not a full-on reboot like I thought it was going to be. No, maybe it isn't. Maybe it's just like a taking up of the franchise. These people, maybe the original Ghostbusters guys lease the name or create a franchise in different cities or whatever. Who knows? But I'm curious now to check it out. So Bill Murray will be in some small way in the new Ghostbusters film. Number 3, which could have been 2 or 1. It's pretty major. But yeah, Ben Affleck is rumored, strongly rumored, to not only be directing the next Batman solo movie when it comes around, which we already knew, but to actually direct a trilogy of films. This is like a golden handshake that Warner Brothers did with him in order to get him in so he could do his little indie movies. For him, that they get him to do the Batman movies for them. And that's kind of this old thing about with Hollywood, the ideal situation you can have as an actor. You do one for them and one for you. You do the big blockbuster film, which gets you recognition and fame and all of that shit, but then it frees you up to be able to do a smaller film, personal, deeper, more dramatic movies that kind of fulfill you artistically. And then again, you do one for them to get the big money and bring in the audience, and then you do one for you. And this is what they think Ben Affleck was able to negotiate. But boy, we could get a trilogy of movies. And if they go into it knowing that that's what they're doing, that they know that they're going to do a trilogy, that means they can create a bigger overarching story. It means it can be, and with Ben Affleck directing, and we know that as a director he's up there, he's definitely proven himself, he's proven his chops, like he is quality and a dramatic director, you know, not just big blockbusters, he does real shit. So damn, we could be in for something special, man. Batman 1, 2 and 3, whatever they titled them. Yeah, this DC universe is shaping up to be something special. Just want it to hurry up and really get going, man. Oh, it's too far away. Number 2, we have the clusterfuck, the inevitable tranking. Well, it's official now, it has tranked. Oh dear Lord. I don't think I've ever seen a storm around a movie like I've seen around the Fantastic Four. Just leading up to it, the news about Josh Trank's childish behavior on set, the hissy fits, the interference from the studio, and even once the film's done, supposedly done, the delays, the reshoots, now with the movie being out, just how it's been torn apart, and then Josh Trank coming out saying, oh, if I'd made the movie that I put together a year ago, if that had been released, it would have been praised, and then him getting torn apart for that, and the movie just getting torn apart for being a shit movie on its own right, and it's just been an insane ride. It's been, the storm, the media storm cloud around Fantastic Four has been more entertaining than the actual film itself. Seriously was. Seriously. And I have to redact something from my review of that film, which you can check out on this channel, but link down below. But I said that as bad as the film was, it's not as bad as the last 2 Fantastic Four movies. I'm taking that back. It is. You know, I've gestated it in my mind, and there's still fun to be had in those last 2 ones. As much as they're not good films, there is a certain cartoony entertainment to them, you know. And it's way more entertaining than the shit that we've ended up with in this film. And it's just a heartbreaking shame because it's an amazing cast. Wasted. But there have been rumors saying that Fox maybe want to push the Deadpool sequel in the time slot that they had for the Fantastic Four sequel. But there's also other rumors saying that Fox is still committed to Fantastic Four. They knew they had a clusterfuck with this film, and they were just willing to bite the bullet and take the loss. But because they've got such a good cast tied in, contracted, tied in for sequels, they're like, we're not going to waste this. We're going to keep these guys together, bring in a different writer, different director, better team around it. And we're going to get this film going. We're going to get this franchise back on track. Lord have mercy, that film was such a mess. I really want to know what you guys think of it. I really want to know, because most of you would have seen it by now. Right, comments down below. I need to know. I need to know if you're feeling it. Number 1 has to hands down be the Deadpool trailer. Not only trailer of the week, but news story of the week. Loved it, loved it, loved it, loved it. What more can I say? What more can I say? Cannot wait. Roll on. February, is it? That's a good time. That's a good ass time, man. There's gonna be nothing else there, nothing to interfere with it. Star Wars would have slowly started to wane down by that point, because you know Star Wars is gonna be a beast all through Christmas into the new year. So this should give it a bit of breathing space. Oh, Deadpool, bring it on. Ryan Reynolds, thank you for sticking with it and having the heart. Yeah, but those are my top 10 stories of the week, people. Let me know what other stories you would have liked me to speak on. Let me know what you think of this top 10 format, whether you prefer it over the regular sort of discussion ones I was doing the week before. And we'll see what works, and we'll just play around with it. But for now, I'm Ed Reese. This has been my second take on the 8th of the 10th August 2015. If you like the video, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, like, share, and all of that. I'm Ed Reese, and this has been my second take. Later.